الاستفادة من اللي احنا فيه من السابق. ودايما ان شاء الله احنا يعني كانت نقطة بداية لينا وحدة تدريب مادة اللغة الإنجليزية في إدارة كفر الزيات. مش بقت راسخة بس في كفر الزيات، الحمد لله بقت لها صوت وصدى مش في طنطا بس ولكن في القاهرة كمان. فأدعو الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم يديم علينا هذا الفضل وهذه النعمة. آه، طبعا أكيد إحنا كان في بعض مش هقول العيوب ولكن الأخطاء الغير مقصودة. إحنا بنعمل فيدباك لنفسنا آه، من وقت للتاني بحيث برضو إن إحنا يكون أدائنا من أفضل، يكون اللي جاي إن شاء الله أفضل من اللي فات. طبعا أنا حاولت بقدر الإمكان موضوع الغياب إن أنا آه، أتفادى إن حد اسمه يتحذف من التدريب أو يتعمل له، لأن طبعا أنتوا عارفين إحنا لنا only two sessions allowed. فوق ال two sessions بيعملوا له stating test في الصيف. فإحنا عاوزين نتجنب أي extension للتدريب، إحنا عاوزين ننهيه. فأتمنى إن الكل يدخل ويحضر النهارده عشان ما اطولش عليك وادي فرصه للاخوه الافاضل ان هم يبداوا معاكم. طبعا احنا في نطاق برضو علشان يكون عندنا خلفيه بالامور. احنا النهارده كان عندنا حفله تكريم الأستاذ محمد القاضي بحضور وكيل الوزاره وكيل قيادات المنطقه. عندنا بنجهز من يوم الخميس اللي فات لمعرض نادي اللغه الانجليزيه. هيفتتح بعد بكره، وده هيفتتح قيادات القطاع. آه، اعتقد وجود كفر الزيات هناك الحمد لله وجود مشرف، ولينا لنا اسبقيه في كل حاجه هناك بفضل الله. رب ندعو الله يعني ان ربنا يتمم فضله علينا. ان شاء الله التدريب النهارده هيكون الفاينل 1، يكون وقت قصير جدا. مجرد ما يتم استصدار الشهادات هبلغكم بيها، وهنعمل احتفاليه كده في خط الزيات هنوزعها عليكم باذن الله. لو اي حد طبعا عنده ملحوظه، افكار، عنده اضافه، عنده مظلمه، انا هسيب في في الشات بوكس نعمل فيه ريفليكشن مش السيشن النهارده بس، وكمان للفتره اللي فاتت كلها. اتمنى انها تكون جلسه مثمره ليكم، ما نطولش عليكم عشان ما نطولش عليكم. مس اصلانه جاهزه؟
Yes, Mr. Mahmoud. Do you hear me?
يعني with you مس اصلانه هتبدا ان شاء الله، مش هنطيل عليها وهتستكمل السيشن مس ريان. if you please مس اصلانه go on.
Okay. You. Do you hear me? Is the voice clear?
ايوه مس اصلانه سامعينك.
Okay.
طبعا يا
Okay.
جماعه بنقول لمس اصلانه شفاك الله عليكي، الف سلامه عليكي. نسال الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم ان يشفيك. هي كانت بتمر بظروف صحيه صعبه الفتره اللي فاتت، بس ان شاء الله يعني تتمثل للشفاء الفتره الجايه. وندعو بالشفاء العاجل لزوج اختها وان يردوا لبيته سالم غانم باذن الله. مليون سلام.
Okay, my dear colleagues, happy Ramadan, inshallah. May this Ramadan be filled with joy and peace for you all and your families. By the end of this session, inshallah, you will have finished tea training. As you know, this was a series of training sessions to help English teachers benefit from each other and practice using their own language. Some of these sessions, of course, were face-to-face and others were online. The main goal was to help English teachers improve their communication skills, use the best strategies, and enjoy teaching process. Our main focus today will be on the following. It will be on engaging students with social, emotional, and behavioral difficulties, and this is called SECD. This approach requires and addresses their unique needs and fosters a supportive learning environment. So, as you see, our main goal is engaging. So here we will discuss just some of the best strategies, and of course, we will illustrate those strategies with some examples. And after that, you can complete with Ms. Rian, and this is just an introduction. Firstly, you should build strong relationships as students with SEBD. As I told you, social, emotional, and behavioral difficulties often struggle with trust and connection. For example, a teacher notices a student is frequently late, for example. And instead of just blaming or insulting her or him, the teacher pulls the student aside privately and asks, "Hey, Sarah, I've noticed you've been late a lot lately. Is everything all right? Is there anything I can do to help?" This demonstrates care and willingness to understand the situation, and thus there will not be a gap between the teacher and the student. And this is what we need. Also, we should teach social emotional skills. Explicitly teach social skills by providing direct instruction on skills like communication, problem solving, conflict resolution, and self regulation. You should also provide opportunities for practice. You can create role playing, scenarios, group activities, and real life situations where students can skills. For example, a teacher teaches students how to solve as they practice saying things such as "I feel frustrated when," "I feel excited when," instead of saying "you" always. So students will speak and use "I" instead of listening to the word "you." So differentiate instruction to provide for your students as you can use variety instructional strategies. Please search this word, instructional strategies, to cater different learning styles and abilities. For example, a student with a learning disability is provided with graphic organizers or visual aids to help them understand and organize information. For example, a student who struggles with writing, for example, is allowed to dictate their answers or use assistive technology like speech-to-text software. Also, as a teacher, you can solve this problem and make a little gap between you and your students by creating a positive and inclusive classroom. As you should foster a sense of belonging, you should try to make sure that all students feel respected and included in the classroom community by encouraging collaboration and support among students. Also, you can celebrate successes and reinforce positive behavior and achievements, no matter how small it is. For example, a teacher implements a classroom meeting where students can share their thoughts and feelings and collaboratively solve problems. Thus, you will have students who are sharing all the time, expressing themselves, and sharing and engaging with you. Another thing And the last one is utilizing technology and resources. Of course, you should explore assistive technology, use apps that can support students with specific needs. You can also find helpful websites and videos that provide strategies and tips for supporting students with SEBD. For example, a teacher might use online resources such as video or interactive games to teach social emotional. But you should note the following. As teachers, we should remember there are some changes we must follow. So please listen carefully. Be patient. Changes takes time. A change takes time, and it's important to remain supportive. Also, you should focus on students' talents to boost their self-esteem and motivation. Seek professional development, and this is a very important and significant point. Please pay attention to it. You, as a teacher, should continuously learn and refine your skills in supporting students. By implementing these strategies, educators can create a positive and supportive learning environment where all students, including those with SEBD, can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. Also, this was just a simple introduction. So please pay attention to each point I mentioned. And this is a simple introduction to what Mrs. Feriel will work with you on. She will complete with you, of course, but let me thank you at the end of the series. I do thank you all for your participation and hard work throughout these sessions. It has been a pleasure working with you, of course. It has been a rewarding experience for me as well. Thank you for being such a wonderful group of teachers. I've enjoyed our time together. So I need to thank you and thank each one of you for making this training so enriching. And I'd like to thank Mr. Mahmoud and Mrs. Fariel, and also great thanks to Mr. Muhammad Al-Qadi, the great leader, of course. And I wish you all the best. Thank you. Now, Ms. Fariel, you can complete. Thank you all.
Miss Feriel, unmute your microphone. We can't hear you. Miss Feriel.
مس فريال لو سمحت افتح المايك بتاعك، مايكك مقفول.
Your microphone is muted.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Aslana. Welcome to our last session. Do you hear me now? Do you hear me now? My guys.
Yes.
Yes, go on. Yes,
Yes.
Yes, go on.
Yes,
Our
we can
last
hear you
session.
now.
Yes.
Okay. I hope our session will be fruitful and make difference for you all in teaching SEBDS difficulties, which mean social, emotional, behavior difficulties in our learner or student who are badly behaved in our classes, because our learners are outcomes to their environments and the way of their bring up. These child are in their early life affect how they behave and learn in our classes. They behave differently in certain lessons with certain teachers and difficult times along the day, sometimes because of the curriculum, sometimes they are annoyed of some teachers or any subject. We should consider this problem and try to find a solution for them in order to make our learning enjoyable and achieve our goal of teaching. Let's begin our session. First, Happy Ramadan, Ramadan Kareem for all you. Our session is now come to an end. It's the last session. We learned in it some strategy and modern ways for teaching. We hope that you benefit from it and make a difference for you. First, what's meant by SEBDS? SEBDS is social, emotional, and behavioral difficulties that can be defined as behavior or emotional that some students deviate much from the norm, that they interfere with the child growth and development, he or she, in the lives of others. First, I'll give you a quotation. You will consider it and think. This quotation is can be distributed or given to which century? For the 4th century or 13th century, 17th century, or 21st century? The quotation is, this is the quotation. Try to think in 2 minutes. This quotation can be attributed to which century of this century? 4th, 13th, 17th, 21st century. The children now love luxury, they have bad manners, contempt for authority, they show disrespect to their elders, they contradict their parents, they are tyrant over the teacher. This attributed to which century? Try to think. You have 2 minutes. Okay. Who can answer? Miss Amal. 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 Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
ايوه احنا سامعين كلنا.
That's okay. Who can answer?
Please the question again, please.
Who can answer?
The question again.
No one? Attributed to which century? Do you think that these qualities attributed to our student today in 21st century or 17th or 13th or 4th?
Can you write the question, please?
Okay, let's check answers. The answer is 13th century. According to Peter the hermit in 1274. Okay. Now, we have some conflicting views on CEBDS being categorized as special emotional needs for our students. Read next statement and decide if you are or against. You will be argue if you are with or against this statement. You have 2 minutes. Try to read it and think you are with or against this statement.
We can't see any statement,
How?
Miss Friel.
How?
Share your screen, computer.
Nothing on the screen. Nothing on the screen.
Okay.
Share your computer screen, please.
Share. Share راح فين؟
Also the previous quotation. We couldn't see it.
Okay. Now you can see.
No.
Oh, I see. Yes. Now see your desktop screen.
Okay, it will open now. Yes, these are the quotation.
Yeah,
You can see it now.
Yes.
Yeah. To be a category.
You can find this quotation and statement in your book, page 100. If you open your book, page 100, you can find this statement. If you want to open your book. Okay. You can read from your book if you need.
I answered the first one.
Okay, who can answer, please? The next page is okay. You can look in your book, page 100, if you want. Okay. Who want to answer? Miss Amal, is there any participant raise his hand? Miss Amal. Miss Amal. Yes. Miss Amal. Miss Amal. Miss Amal. Do you hear me?
Can I participate, Mrs. Friel?
Yes, yes, okay. Let's start.
Okay.
What do you think
CEBDS
of this statement? Yes.
shouldn't be a category of special educational needs. These children are simply badly behaved. I want to ask a question first. What is means by those students who have special educational needs? Those students who suffer from autism, who suffer from or those students are handicapped. What is meant by students who have special educational needs?
Yes,
I want to understand first.
yes. This means
What is
that
meant
this these students are behaved badly in our classes. Some of them have mental problem, but others misbehave because they faced difficult experience while they are child. This experience is called trauma, which means that they have crisis or a shock in their early life that affect their way of thinking, their way of behaving. So they have danger in their life. They every time they face any threat from others, so they don't feel safe. So they behave badly in our classes. This meant by student with special needs. S S means is social. They have social problems. They bring up in some environment that have dangerous environment affect their way of thinking, way of behaving. They may have emotional experience that shocked them. Some of their close member in their family died or lost one of them. This will make shock for them. So it affects their way of behave and learning. Sometimes have behavior is bad in our classes. This meant by SEBDS, student with special needs. The first statement, do you agree with that?
I don't
Shouldn't
think
be
so.
category of special needs. They are simply bad behavior. Do you agree with that?
I disagree.
I disagree. Why? Some of them may badly behave because they don't like their teacher, they don't like the subject, because of the long day. The curriculum itself may be complex that is suitable for their needs and appeals. The second statement, learners have SEBDS as a result of poor parenting. Do you think yes or no? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, I think they may suffer during their childhood.
Yes, and they have poor parenting. They don't have responsibility for them, so they suffer. Okay, what about the third one? Good classroom management strategy will help. If you are teaching a student like that, I would ask you, do you have a student in your classes that suffer from this kind of misbehavior?
I think
Anyone can share.
all of us have some of those students.
Can you give me an example of what are they doing in your class? Sometimes they
Yes,
do what?
some of them are hyperactive. Some of
Yes,
them uh, suffer from the lack of concentration. Um, uh,
yes, yes.
and
Do you
so
think
on.
that classroom management strategy will help these kind of students?
I think so.
Teacher, yes, teacher can differentiate in his ways of strategy to appeal for these kind of styles because our learners are different in style. Yes. What about this statement? Teacher find it hard to plan for learners with SEBDS as they provoke strong emotion in the staff who are dealing with it. Do you agree with this statement? Teacher should plan for their learners with SEBDS. Do you think yes or no? Miss Wala? Who can share, please? Who can share?
I
Okay. Mean? Who can answer?
hear this.
Yes, mister? Yes, mister?
Teachers,
You can raise your hand.
I am raising my hand, but I don't know if you can see it.
Raise your voice, please.
I am raising my hand, but I don't know
Yes.
if you can see it.
Yes. Speak. I listen to you.
Teachers find it hard to plan for learners with SEBT as they provoke strong emotions in the staff who are doing. Yes, I think so. Because it's hard to.
My guys, do you hear him? I can't hear him. Very perfect. Yes?
Can you hear me?
The sound is low. Mister, please raise your voice. Yes, mister? Okay. Who can share else? Miss Amal.
I
Where is
think
Miss Amal? Yes, Miss Wala?
teachers should provide those students with safe environment. Those students shouldn't be criticized every time. I think the teacher should praise them if they do something good.
Yes. Very good. We mean that planning for learners with SEBDS, which means that we make visual aids for them. So pay attention because they have difficulties and problems in their learning. They learn by visual aids. What about this statement? Yes. I shouldn't have to teach learners with SEBDS. They interfere with other students and they need special provision. Do you think so?
No.
Yes. Why?
I
Some
think we
some
should,
teacher.
I think we should deal with all the students. We
Yes.
shouldn't we shouldn't neglect anyone. We should encourage them all to participate, even they make mistakes.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. These kind of students are frustrating and tiring for teacher to deal with them. So we need some teacher who are patient and they have the skills to deal with them. Yes. What about this statement? I think my own attitude to these learners affects the behavior a lot. In fact, I think that the way I speak to them affects their behavior. What about this statement?
Ms.
Do you
Feria,
think
do you hear
that?
me?
Yes?
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but there are many of our colleagues who find difficulties to join the meeting. So please, Mr. Mahmoud or Ms. Amal, you can try to solve this problem. Miss أمال لو سمحتي حاولي تفتحي للناس إن هم يدخلوا لأن في ناس بتشتكي كتير على الجروب مش عارفين يدخلوا.
هي فين مس أمان؟
الإعدادات ممكن يشوفها مستر محمود أو مس أمال لو موجودين. جاي سؤال حضرتك كملي وأنا هشوف مستر محمود هرسل.
ماشي في لحد على الواتس؟ Okay. What about this statement? Oh my guys. What about this statement? I think my attitude to these learners affects their behavior a lot. The way you speak to them, which means that when you teach this kind of learners, you should provide them with high expectation of learners, which means that all the time you give them support and encouragement. Say to them that you are very good, you will be excellent in next time. Now you are very good, and you will be the best. You will achieve your goals. I make for them high expectation. So I give them positive feedback. I give for them positive feedback in order to make them motivated in learning. What about this one? It is not my job to teach a learner how to behave. I'm supposed to teach my subject. What about this statement? When I go to my classroom, do I go to teach only without making a good rapport with my students who are motivated or not? Yes, Miss Wala?
I disagree with this statement. We are all parents before we are teachers, and we should deal with our students as our children, and we should learn them how to behave, and we should always advise them.
Yes, yes. We should make good relationship with them, which means rapport with them. Okay? Yes. All
So
these
it's
comments
my
are, yes? Do you want to
so
add anything?
it's my main job. It's my main job to teach learner how to behave. It's my
Yes,
main job.
yes. If they are misbehaved, we should try to make this negative response positive one and try to
To
know why they make this behavior and solve it. Yes,
We should modify their aggressive behavior.
yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a definition of SEBDS, social, emotional, and behavioral difficulties. Yes. What about definition from UK? These kind of children are on quantum. Their problems are clearer and greater than sporadic naughtiness or moodiness. Some of them are a change in mood, but not so great as to be classified as mental illness. Some of them have mental illness, but not all. Okay, participants may realize that this definition is problematic and vague, which will mean ambiguous. Attempts to define SEBDS are often problematic because behavior can be emotive and subjective. Some teachers are less affected by certain behaviors than others. Some teachers allow more questioning and challenging of teacher. Behavior can change according to environment, mood of day, curriculum topic itself. However, generally, learners with SEBDS have problem with their behavior across range of subjects, lessons, teacher, and the time of the day itself. Okay, now we will consider some issue for learners with SEBDS in classroom. From the point of the learners themselves, you are going to listen to some children with SEBDS talking about the problems they have in class. Listen and make notes. In the table, in your book, page 82. Open your book, page 82. You will listen, but before you listen, you should know that you will complete the table and write and make notes for the problems in class and your tips as a teacher and the school to solve this problem which they are talking about. Okay? First, I will begin with Anna, which is
Mrs. Gates is
Julia.
always shouting.
Yes, I'll start. Open your book, page 82. Open your book, page 82, and try to find answer to the table. Let's start with Julia. She is Anna, okay?
Mrs. Gates is always shouting, always in a bad mood. She should get a life, stop taking out on us, and stop getting so wound up.
Yes, this is a problem of Julia. Yes, how to solve it? Try to write down what was her problem. What did she say about her teacher? And how you as a teacher solve this problem. Okay, the next one, Jacob.
We had a meeting about my behaviour, and I had to agree on some targets. I know I have to try hard, even in lessons, not to disrupt other people, otherwise I'll be thrown out of the school. I really want to do it, but sometimes it's really hard. I got into trouble in art this morning. I felt like giving up the next lesson.
Okay, this is the problem of Jacob. The third one is Azir. Listen
I
to
hate
him.
maths. I never know what to do, and sometimes Mr. Johnson is friendly, laughing and joking, and sometimes he gets really mad at the smallest thing. I never know what mood he will be in.
Okay, this is the problem of Azir. Anna?
Mrs. Gates is always shouting, always in a bad mood. She should get a life, stop taking out on us, and stop getting so wound up.
Yes, the problem of Simon.
Of course I'm angry. If you had my life, you'd be angry. Anger keeps me alive, so don't tell me to stop being angry.
Okay. Do you want to listen again? Maitroni, do you want to listen again? Do you hear me?
No, thank you. Mr. Ahmed, I'm with you.
Yes, let's start.
Let's start. I can make this negative behaviors turn into positive reply.
Yes.
Or positive behavior. The first one, just
What is the
raise
problem with the first one? What is the problem?
raise her or his voice during the teaching. I can engage it. I can engage her or his in activities that need raising voice.
Yes, very good. Yes, the teacher always shouting and in a bad mood. So your advice,
Teacher or student?
The teacher. The student complains that the teacher always shouting and in a bad mood. So what's your advice to this teacher? What can you advise this teacher to do? Who is shouting all the time?
No, he shouldn't do this thing.
She should manage her own mood and her mental state to remain calm and positive with her student. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmed. The second one, Mr. Ahmed, answer the second one. Jacob, what is the problem with Jacob? Jacob is a learner and he suffered from his teacher. What did he say about his teacher?
What I could say now that the teacher should create his world in his class as a world or as.
Do you think a safe place for learning? Yes, Mr. Ahmed. I hear you. Yes, continue.
Yes.
Yes. The second one,
I
the
think
teacher.
that the teacher should be concerned with a new world. Should engage his students to a new world and separate the other world of.
Yes, Mr. Okay. I think the second one, the teacher is inconsistent, sometimes friendly, sometimes angry. The learners are not sure about the school rules. So our advice to this teacher, she should ensure that the classroom rules are clear and fair for all students, understandable, and they can be implemented fairly. Okay. The third one, Azir. What do you think of his problem? Who can share? Answer? Yes,
I
Miss
think
Wala?
I think he suffered from his teacher, as his teacher sometimes be friendly, sometimes laughing, sometimes joking, and other times his teacher is in a bad mood.
Yes. What about the tips for the teacher and the school to solve this problem?
I think the teacher should manage himself, should control himself. Uh,
Yes. Yes. Okay, thank you. What about Anna? What about Anna? Yes. What was her problem?
Sure.
Yes. Who listened to this dialogue? Okay. Anna can't cope with the change of teacher. These kind of learners who have SEBD difficulties won't agree that the teacher substitute every time. They wanted to have one teacher for the year or the term. So learners can't cope with the change of teacher. So she has a problem when they change the teacher for her. We can say to this school that the school needs to make a plan for learner who can't cope with sudden change of timetable of teacher. Perhaps they have safe place for the learner to go if they have one teacher on the year. What about Simon, the last one? What was his problem? We can listen to Simon. He said,
Of course I'm angry. If you had my life, you'd be angry. Anger keeps me alive, so don't tell me to stop being angry.
Yes. What was his problem? Yes.
I think Simon is always in a bad temper.
Yes.
He is always angry. He loves to feel that he is praised all the time. He
Mm. Yes, yes. He said that he is very angry and he feels that his anger to survive in life outside the school. This student face many problems outside the school. So he find aggressive reaction to what he can see in class. He reacts aggressively to teacher or his peers in the class. Okay, what are your solution to this problem, if you think? Yes, who can share? This topic is psychological. So this topic is psychological. It needs thinking of our students' problem. Okay? Our teacher need to understand that learner can have behavior which keeps them safe outside the school and to acknowledge that the learner's feelings are valid. Okay. These are the answers. This is the transcript of the audio. Okay. The next one. You can have a screenshot if you want. This is the problem of every student, and this is the ways of solving it according to the teacher and the school. Okay. In your book, page 84, what are the characteristics of good learners? Good learner in your classroom, what are the characteristics? Okay, you can think for 2 minutes and try to complete the table that you have in 84. Good learners is able to do what and believes in what. You have 2 minutes. Try to think from your point of view. Good learners is able to do what and believes in what. Okay? Who can answer? Who can share? Okay. Yes, Miss Wala?
I think a good learner is able to follow the classroom rules,
Yes.
is able to concentrate and focus on the task.
Yes.
Also is able to manage his feeling.
Okay, yes. Good learners, yes, I think so. Very good. Good learners is able to take risks and try new things. A good pupil try to have new information, new knowledge, and follow classroom rules. If you ask him to do anything, he can obey you. But the other learners who have SEBDS can't obey your rules and they can't pay attention to what you are saying. Good learners should be optimistic and had a positive attitudes to the problem. If we have a problem, if we have a lesson, they are optimistic and they had optimistic attitudes. Also concentrate in the task they are doing. But what are they believe in? Good learners, what are they believing in? They believe of what? Okay. This is the answers to the table. Good learners believe that the classroom is a safe place, believe that the teacher can be trusted, believe that they can learn and has good self-esteem. Okay? Listen to psychology, therapist talking to why some children might not develop the necessary skills and believes to be a good classroom learners. Why our learners don't have the necessary skills? You will listen to her. But before you listen, think about why some children won't have these skills and won't learn because they don't have these skills. Okay? Open your book, page 84. 84. You have 3 questions. In 84, you try to answer them. In 85, in your book, we have 3 questions. What does a child need to feel and be able to do in order to learn in classroom? Why have some children not had their needs met in their early years? Why can some children not focus on training a task? Why? While you are listening, try to find the answer to these 3 questions.
In order to learn, a child needs to feel safe and to be able to cope with the frustration of not knowing something and also to take the risk of getting it wrong. They need to accept that sometimes they will feel powerless in a learning situation. Learning takes place at the point where we try to match what we know with what seems to be new and different. Some children have lived in dangerous environments and can't even take the risk of learning. They have not had the experience of feeling safe, they find it difficult to trust adults, so can't take the risk of making a mistake in class. For some, they've had a very negative experience of adults. When they've asked for help, they've been shouted at, ignored, or made to feel stupid or bad. Some have had to fight to get attention from their parents or carers. These children find it impossible to wait their turn in the classroom. Some have lived in violent circumstances where they've had to be on high and focus all their attention on where the next threat might be coming from. These children can't focus on learning tasks as they're always looking around for possible dangers.
Okay. Okay, now you can answer these 3 questions in your book in 85. First question, what does a child need to feel and be able to do in order to learn? What does a child need to feel? Not to feel what? Yes.
Could I speak, Miss Rial?
Yes, okay. Yes, Miss Wala.
I think some children need to feel they are in a safe environment.
Yes.
I think they also need to feel or they need to trust their teacher. They need to take the risk of making mistakes and not to be criticized from their teacher.
Yes.
And
Okay,
so
what
on.
else? Why have some children not had their needs met? Yes? Yes, miss? Who wanted to share? Yes? Yes, miss? You can speak.
Again, Miss Rial.
This is the question in front of you.
Number what? Why have oh
Why have some children not have their needs met in the early years? Do you think why? Well, they are children. Because of what? They can't find their needs met.
I think they live in some bad circumstances or some violent circumstances.
Yes, yes. In the first question, you said that the child needs to feel safe, needs to cope with frustration. Some students are frustrated when they answered wrong. Okay, this will affect them. So it is our way to make them feel secure. And in the next one, some children have lived in dangerous environment, as you said. Yes. And they have negative experience from adults, so they have a shock in their life. Yes. What about the third one? Why can some children not focus on the learning task? We all suffer from this point. Our student can't focus on the task that we are doing. Why? The student is doing what? Do you think? Yes?
Mr. Ahmed Fahmy with you.
Yes, Mr.
I think there
Go
are many
ahead.
problems. There are many problems that children in this age faced. The
Yes.
first is physical problems.
You are good. Yes, I agree with you.
The second, psychological problems.
They are distracted. They are distracted in your class because they fear of what? They fear of danger. They fear of threat because they focus on their learning on threats and danger and bad experience which they have faced in their early childhood. So they are distracted. They find a difficulty in continuing in the task itself. They can't focus. They are looking around for threat. What will happen for them? Someone will hit them. Someone will cause any harm. So they began to think. They hit. They react aggressively or run away. To run away means flight or fight with others. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. This is the answers, as we said. The next one. Okay. The effect on the brain. Do you think that these bad experience which the student face affect on their brain and their way of learning? This affects their learning? Do you think that? Okay. In your book, page 86, in your book, page 86, you will find a table about the effect on the brain in this psychological topic. You can think for 2 minutes and answer true or false. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Miss Mu'mina. Miss Mu'mina, I admit you to enter. Miss Mu'mina. This is a table, if you don't have a book. Do you agree or disagree? True or false, this statement? Yes, babies are too young to have stress hormones. Stress hormones can affect impact on the brain. Some parts of the brain might not connect up properly if a baby have lived in a dangerous environment. Do you agree with that? A child's brain will forget dangerous situations quickly. The oldest part of the brain is programmed to protect against danger by running away or fighting. Behavior problems in class might be caused by brain patterns which were created early in a child's life. Child's brain pattern and response can't be changed. Do you think that? True or false? Yes. One. You can raise your hand. Okay. Who can answer? My trainees, where are you?
I think the first one is false.
Yes. Why?
Babies I think they have stress hormones.
Yes. Which means they can develop stress hormones. Yes. Yes. You are right. What about the second one? Stress hormone can have impact on the brain? True or false? I think it's true. Why?
I think, yes, it's completely true.
Yes.
Uh,
Stress hormone can do what? Can damage the ability to think for a student. Okay, what about the third one? If a baby have lived in a dangerous place, parts of the brain might not be connected up. True or false?
True.
Yes, Miss Sola? Yes?
Think this statement is true.
Yes, why? the connection between neurons might not be made, which is responsible for logic and reason and the cause and effect. If these cells of the brain damage, this means that the student or the learner can't think, and they can't make complex thinking about problems and how to solve the problem or solution in his life. What about the fourth one?
Also, I think also that this dangerous environment may raise or increase the stress hormones which we mentioned before.
Yes, yes. What about the fourth one? Child's brain will forget dangerous situation quickly. Do you think that our brain can forget?
False
No,
statement.
false,
No,
false.
It's a false.
Why? Because it takes time. You agree with me?
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yes.
Yes. What about this statement? The oldest part of the brain is programmed to protect against danger by running away or fighting. We have these techniques with our students who are misbehaving.
Yeah, I think this statement is true.
Yes, true.
We have something is called fight or flight.
Yes, fight means aggression.
Fight or flight. Yeah. Fight means attacking the other person in front of you. And flight means running away from the situation.
Yes, but running away means escaping and not confronting the problem. Yes. What about this? Behavior problems in class might be caused by brain pattern. What about this statement?
True.
Yes.
I think our bad experience, some of the children's bad experience during their childhood affect their behavior. So they have behavioral problems.
Yes.
They might suffer from frustration, lack of confidence.
Yes.
So on.
Do you mean that they respond badly to simple event in class? They respond badly. Yes. They fight or flight mode. They have fight, which means they react aggressively, or flight mode, which means that they run away or escape from the problem. What about the last one? A child's brain pattern and response can't be changed.
Can I answer?
Yes. Yes,
Can
go
I
ahead.
answer?
Yes, miss, go ahead.
لا false miss.
Yes.
The brain has it can adapt and change to in response to new experiences and learning around him.
Yes, I agree with you. Children can learn a new response, can learn a new experience, and they will be modified. Yes, they will be modified. Modify their behavior and their relationship with others. They have these attitudes because they lose trust from the other world around them. If I give them a rapport, which means a good relationship, I will regain their trust in the world. Okay. Open your book, page 87, about the effect on teacher. This is the answers. True or false? If you wanted to take a screenshot. No, we have first in your book in 86, 2.5 stage of play. Consider how learning to play help children to be successful in your classroom. Do you think that it's important for learners to learn how to play? Discuss your ideas. What do you think of this statement? It is important to play? Who can answer?
Yes, I think that. Yes, Mr. Ahmed Fahmy with you.
Yes, Mr.
There is technique or play to learn, just play to
Yes.
learn.
Why it is very important for them? They learn what? What skills they learn when they play? If you play with your son, what skills your son learn?
They can inquire. They can inquire مثلا reading, the skill of reading,
Yes.
or the skill of listening.
Yeah. Okay.
By giving them simple games.
Yes.
I can take a ball and play with the ball with them, and make a conversation in role play.
Yes.
What's your name? And yes, and throw the ball to him, and
Role play.
the students reply to me.
Do you mean
What's your
role
name?
play?
My name. How are you? I am fine. I can reply. Yes.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Excellent.
There are many games. There are many simple games.
Yeah.
I can get balloons in different colors, and مثلا for learning colors, the name of colors.
Yeah. Okay. Who can answer? Okay. It's important for children to learn how to play. As they learn important skills like sharing,
teamwork, cooperation.
Teamwork, yes. Turn taking, yes. Who's me?
Communication skills.
Yes, yes. Understanding other feeling, importance and the need for rules and obeying rules, compromises, learn to win and lose. It's very important for children to learn win and lose, making mistakes, getting things wrong. Okay, all these skills teach them in our classroom. Now, in your book, we have stages for learning. You can think about it. This is the stages of play. I want you to order these sentences. Which one you start with? When your child is a baby, which one do you start with? Try to find. Okay. Who can answer?
Playing with self.
With self? Your child at first play alone with self?
Playing with the mother.
With the
Yes.
Separate.
With the mother.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. The mother first.
Okay. Yes.
The second is playing alone, but in the mother's presence.
Yes. Okay. The third one? Can play with what?
Playing with self, toes, fingers, etc.
Yes. After that?
And
Playing with
invitation
an
another child to join in your play.
Maybe. Maybe,
playing with
Mister.
an object.
Play with an object, for example, blanket, soft toy. Yes. What next? Okay.
Being invited to play another child's game.
Maybe
being invited
to play with another child.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's share ideas, share the answers. The first, playing with mother, playing is with self toys, toes, fingers, playing with an object, playing alone but in mother's presence, playing alongside another child, stage often seen in nursery school, inviting another child to join in your play, being invited to play another child. Yes. Okay. This is the importance of play for learners with special needs. Teacher, the effect on teacher. On your book, page 87, what about the effect on teacher? If you are teaching this kind of student, you as a teacher, what should you do? How to manage yourself after a day with this kind of student, and you are very tired and have many situations that frustrated you, that you can't complete with them because they are tiring and frustrating. What are your feelings that come to you? And what do you notice? What can you do to solve your problem as a teacher? Okay. Okay. You as a teacher often feel that you are incompetent and not in control because they don't know what to do. You don't know what to do to help these learners. They disturb other learners and they feel unsafe during the class. And you try to solve by planning your strategy, looking for solution. But you're feeling, what do you feel? Okay? What do you feel? You feel what? Yes? Some of the most common triggers for certain feeling are feeling out of control. You feel that you can't control your class, not having enough time because while you are making them quiet, this waste of time for you, so not having enough time. Unexpected event. Some students may do anything wrong you don't expect. Lesson plan not working. You make a plan and it doesn't suit this kind of student. Children not behaving or not learning. Disagreement with your colleagues or management of your response, of your reaction to the student. General stress and tiredness. This is your feeling. Okay? What about your strategy to look after yourself? You as a teacher, if you find difficulty with this kind of student, what are your strategy? As a teacher, who can share? You as a teacher, how to be a good teacher, how to be calm among those kind of students. Okay?
I think could I speak, Miss Frial?
Yes, I hear you.
I think I am as a teacher, I should give myself a space. I should focus on the actions which I can control, and
Yes,
I shouldn't
very good.
worry myself about. I shouldn't worry about the things which are out of my control.
Yes. Hmm.
I
What
should
else?
I should I should write down the positive things
Yeah,
which I achieved with my students.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay. The
I
answer,
think
yes,
I should
mister.
not. Yes, I think I should notice the learner. What is his ability, a good ability? What can
Yes.
he do it and encourage him
Yeah,
and reinforce and support his good behaviors.
yeah, yeah. Support good behavior. Yes, good idea. What else? What else? Okay, this is managing yourself, create solution with colleagues to help and support each other. Spend time with with people who energize you, not with people who drain your energy and make you feel negative. Use positive self-talk. Talk to yourself as you would to your best friend. Don't focus on negative, which means that you focus on good points and what works. Focus on your thinking and your action on things that you can control. You cannot control other people, only your reaction to them. Don't waste time worrying about things which are out of control. Also, train your brain to focus on remembering the positive of your day, not just the negative. Remember the positive. Take time at the end of each day to write down the positive and feed these back to students if appropriate. Learn to say no. Accept only what you can handle. We often feel overwhelmed and stressed because we have taken too much work and it is not being done properly. Learn to say no. Look after yourself physically. Eat well, get enough sleep, exercise regularly. Give yourself a breathing space at the beginning and the end of the day. A breathing space. It's very important, which means that our teacher can make for their students relaxation to hold the breath and release it to calm down as a teacher because you are in front of some kind of learners that make you stressed all the time. So we should calm down and take breath. Take your breath. You can find the answer to this question in page 104. 104 a strategy for keeping calm and positive. Okay. Your book, page 89. Your book, page 89. It's about the importance of teacher language. Your language for ESBD difficulties student is very important. Your language because it reflects on their behavior. Open your book, page 89. 89 and look at this language. Which one is more effective and why? Okay. Who can share? The first one, your book, page 89. 89. You have two sentences. In A, you have two sentences. You should think why they are, which is effective and which is not effective and why. The first one, let's start. Who can begin? The first one, look at the board. You should tell your student, look at the board or don't run around. Which one is effective? My guys?
Look at the board.
Look at the board. Yes, it's effective. Why? It tells your student exactly what you want them to do. It's very clear. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? You as a
Yes,
teacher
I
should
agree with you. Yes.
you as a teacher
Yes,
should
miss.
use
Yes, miss.
clear. You should use clear instruction. Okay? And avoid argument with this kind of student. Okay, what about the second one? Don't use a statement to begin with don't and not because it is negative. Always use positive, not don't or not, because it gives negative effect on your student. Okay, what about the second one? Show me you are listening or you are not listening. Listen. Which one is effective?
Show me you are listening.
Yes, the first one, because it
I
is
think
very
it builds a rapport, a
yes.
good relation between the teacher and his students. But the second one is a kind of threat or warning to my
Yes,
students.
we shouldn't use not or don't because it is passive. Your language should be positive for your learners. Don't use but or not because it is negative. Use and. Okay, the first one in two is effective because tell the learner what you want to say. It doesn't cause argument. But the second one, the student can answer you and said, no, I am listening. I just taking my pen. I just having my book. This will open a kind of argument with learners. He is listening or not. So avoid making judgment on behavior with this kind of student. What about the third one? Before you
B,
open
look
your
at the
books,
board.
B.
Look
Do you
at
think
the
B?
board now. Open your box.
Yes. Number B is effective because it is clear and
It is
effective.
arranged.
Yes,
Yes,
and
arranged.
arranged. Those kind of students have problems in learning. So don't tell them before you open, look, they don't have the sequence of words, but give instruction step by step. Avoid use of before, after, they don't understand it. Okay. What about the first one?
B.
Number B is effective because what?
Yeah, because of and, not
Yes,
but.
and is positive feedback. Because when you are speaking to anyone, even the old one, when you say but, your brain stop. I think that I have a problem, okay? So we can't listen. But if I said, you have done the first part well, and the second, this give you positive feedback. This positive feedback make them continue and encourage them, support them. So we should use and not but. Okay, what about? Turn the page, please. Page 90. What about number 5? I know you think it is unfair, but still need to stay behind and finish this work. It is not unfair. The school rules apply to everyone. Which one is effective? Which one is effective?
A.
It is effective.
A.
Number A. Why do you think of this statement? It means what? You respect your student. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
I know
respect.
you think. I know you.
Yes. I build
The word
rapport.
think. The word think.
Yes. I build rapport with them. I acknowledge their objection. Okay, don't argue. Yes. What about number 6? But number B, it is not unfair. The rules apply to everyone. The teacher is aggressive to students. Yeah? You think that? Do you think that? It is not effective. Yeah, what about number 6? Which one is effective?
I think number B.
Number B?
Letter
Why?
number B. Letter B.
Yes.
Because you
Yes,
respect the
mister?
students and emotionally it's better than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Number B is effective because it gives solution and emphatic. The teacher is emphatic with the student and sympathize. I can see you are angry. I need you calm down so we can discuss. This teacher is quiet and calm with teaching her student. But the first one, calm down. There is no need to shout. It is not ineffective. Yes. Okay. What about in your book, page 91, teaching tips? Classroom language is very important. With SEBDS student, I want you to have some tips for language with your student. Can you give me some teaching steps? Teaching tips? This is the answers to the language of the teacher. You should choose your language carefully with this kind of student because it reflects on their behavior. This is a second part. You have seen teachers' classroom language is very important. Look for some ways to create positive expectation of learners in order to help them to learn in class. Positive expectation means support, encourage, always respect your student, make rapport and a good relationship with them. This is in your book, page 105. Open your book, page 105. You find the answer to this task. 105. Acknowledge the positive intention behind the behavior, which mean what? Mean what? All the time, give good intention to your student. What about the second one? Use language which show you have a higher expectation of the student. I said that you praise him all the time and respect him. What about this? Positive reinforcement for a good behavior, particularly if a student had just been misbehaving. If I have a student that misbehaved in class, what should I do with him? According to psychology, we should praise the good behavior of other students in front of him so he can see what you have did and the other did and imitate the good behavior. Take opportunities to develop rapport by remembering something about the learner. Rapport means a good relationship. This concerns teacher with his learners. What about separate identity from behavior? Identity, the character of a student from his behavior. I criticize the behavior, not the identity of the student himself. I said that I know that you are very good, but don't do that again. Make rules few and positive. Your rules in class should be few and positive. Use language of need, which means I said we need to do anything, not say should or must. No, we need to concentrate, not we must concentrate. We need to focus on our task, not say we must focus. Use need instead of obligation with must or should. Focus on comment on pupils who are doing what's required. Comment. Students who are good, you can support them by praise their behavior. Use thanks at the end of instruction. When you speak to your student, thank him if he is a good learner. Okay. What about non-verbal? In your book, this. This also, your book, page 105. These answers in page 105. This also 105. Now, what about non-verbal classroom management? What do you think of it? Non-verbal classroom management. What do you think? Who can answer?
I think faces expressions is very important, and the body language, your body language is very important also.
Yeah, it's your body language. What about your body language? With those kind of students who have problems in their behavior and their mind, some mental problem, what?
Just giving him a smile, big smile for good respond, and encourage him about it. And raise my voice when he says something right. Good boy, giving him praise by face expressions or face movement.
Yes, very good. Anyone else can add non-verbal classroom management? Okay. In non-verbal classroom management strategy, first, you should freeze your body when giving an instruction. In your book, page 92, you'll find the answer to this question. First, freeze your body when you give an instruction. Okay? Second, have a place at the front where everyone can see you when you give an instruction. Third, use visual aids for your rules. For example, I can make a poster which have keep quiet with picture, don't use mobile, don't eat inside the class, okay, with visual aids. When someone break my rules, I take him and point to the rule which is visual for him. And I can use something like traffic lights. What's this traffic lights? The color of traffic lights. When you are doing a task, if you finish the task, you can use this card, yellow, red, green, which means that you finish the task, or stop, you have the time for doing this task. Also, you can make breathing, as I said, relaxation for your student, techniques with your student. Hold the breath and release it. If you find your students are tensioned in class and not concentrated, I can make some relaxation for 5 minutes. And breathe, take breath and release it. Hold the breath and release it, okay, in order to be calm. And you as a teacher should be calm among those kind of students. Also, one of the most important techniques of non-verbal classroom management is let your action mirror your words. What do we mean by this? We mean that when I ask them to be quiet, I shouldn't shout it. I should be quiet. I say to them, be quiet. And I am quiet, not shouting. So my action mirror my words. This is classroom non-verbal management strategy. Okay.
I have my own experience in my classroom.
Yes.
I make two tests in the board, a happy face
Yes.
and a sad face.
Very
And
good.
I give face, I give a happy face. I list the names of the good behaviors and good reply who participate in the class under the smiling face.
Yes, it's a good idea. And the bad ones will imitate the good one to be like them in order to have happy face, or to write their names in board in front of their or among their peers that they are very good. Yes, good idea, Mr. Ahmed.
And the lot,
Yes,
yes, and
I'm
the
with you.
lot of
Yes,
happy in the last time or the last 5 minutes in the lesson, I can
yes,
play game with them.
very good. We spoke about the importance of game in classes. Yes, it makes them enjoyable and motivated to learn in your class. So games, playing games is very important. Yes, Mister. Thank you very much. Do you have anything to add? Mister, do you have anything? Okay, thank you.
That's enough.
Thank you very much. This is the answers in your book, page 92. Okay. Look at this case study in your book, page 93. This is a student and the teacher. The teacher is complaining of the student. Try to read this case study and find solution to her. Okay? We can help each other because of time. Martin's teacher say that Martin is really hard to manage. He finds it hard to concentrate and often rips up his work rather than letting someone help him. He's always shouting. The student himself can't wait his turn in activities. He never follows rules. The teacher said, I try to be patient with Martin, but I feel useless when I try to help him and he refuses my help. I get really frustrated and sometimes shouted at him. The teacher shouted, okay? He makes me feel powerless. Last year, I gave him a certificate for his poem, but he wouldn't come to the front to the class and collect it. He threw it away. If you, as a teacher, a student makes this with you, you give him a certificate and he throw it in your face. This is a big problem. You, as a teacher, what will you do? This is Martin saying. He said that the teacher here hit me. Martin, the student, the learner, who have some problems in learning, they think that I am aggressive. He speak about himself, but I am not. I'm just big. He said, take care that he said that he is big and they have a loud voice. You should know that Martin is 9 years old, which means that he is at the early teenage year. We can call him teenager at the beginning of teenager stage. He said that he is big and they have loud voice. So he should speak as he can. They are not interested in listening to me. None of them like me. They are trying to get me out of the school. I'm not good at English. I don't understand it and no one will help me. If I ask for help, they shout at me. So I don't bother. My mom giving up on me. Even his mother give up hope. She only hears bad news from school. Even his mother is frustrated. You as a teacher, what are your thoughts and solution to this problem? Who can think about this problem?
Yes, there is a solution. I can give him an activity, or I can share him in activities depends on loud voice or just
Yes.
sharing him activities depend on loud voice.
Yeah. What about his feeling? What about his feeling? What about the curriculum itself? He said that he don't like English and think the teachers hate him. What we can do with classroom management, the teacher herself, how can she solve the problem? What about the rules in class? Okay, I'll help you. For the teacher, yes, miss, who wanted to share?
I can build a positive relationship between me and the child by developing trust, showing empathy, make a lot of conversation to understand his feeling and needs.
Yes,
and
you are
use
right.
positive encouragement.
You are right.
Focusing,
Mean that
not focusing on negative only.
Yes, you mean that you will ask yourself why he behaved like this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, miss. Very good. You are right.
After that, I can use simple and clear instructions
Yeah.
to encourage him to talk to me.
Yes, this is the language of the class. Yes, and the rules
Yes.
should be
To make
fixed
a
and
trust,
clear. Yes.
and I can support him after that.
Yeah. Make high expectation for him. Yeah. You are right. You are right, miss. Thank you. What else?
Not at all.
Thank you. Yes. What about what about the curriculum? The curriculum itself may be complex, so students can't understand it. It's our way to simplify the ideas for our students and differentiate in our activities strategies that appeal to their needs and their like and don't like in order to be motivated in our classes. This is about curriculum. And the language, we should use assertive communicative language. Assertive means positive, not negative. This about communication and the language. What about non-verbal language? Means student don't shout. You should stay calm. In this case, you should stay calm. Don't shout over the class. Don't shout. Okay? But you can take this student and try to understand why he did so. And ask psychologists in your institute or place of work to solve this problem. Okay? Use and, not but, and not while you are speaking with him. Try to respect this student and he will be in your side. This is the instruction. You can ask your colleagues to support you and give you advice. I can ask them for their advice to share me their experience in this problem. Anyone want to share and give additional ideas for this topic? Our guys.
I think I can tell him that I care for him and that I can share him his interests.
Yes, yes. What he likes and dislikes. Yes. What else? What else? We can have this problem like that. We can show it. I will expose it to you. Then we have our last part. What about this problem? It's a real problem in our classes.
How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. You are so good? Oh, where are you going? Oh, no. Was a very clever student last year. She left the class? She left the class.
She left the class?
No, she's so
Or
busy.
she walking around?
I know that you are busy, Noah, but please try to attend today because it is a pleasure to have you with us. Never mind, never mind. Has her own interests, so we should share her feelings. Come here, please. Come here. Now, open your box. Do you have your book? No. You have your book? I think you were very careful to bring it. Like, no, it's so. She loves you. Really, she loves you. Because she deals with you as her darling. You see? Never mind about that. Okay, as you see, Noah is making some. I have told you that Noah loves you a lot. So someone who loves the cat will catch her.
سلام عليك.
See? Okay.
بس القطة وخليها في حالها.
Now, Noah, I think you are hungry. Noah, yes, I'm very hungry. You may have only one bite. I think it is not yours.
I want to eat too.
Tomorrow. Okay. Please, you can wait for me because we might have something. We should deal with it. Okay?
Mister.
Yes.
May I go to the toilet, please?
Okay. But don't be late, please. Okay. Now I am going to have the advice from the social specialist about the case of Noah. How do you say? I have a simple problem. Noah was so fantastic this year. She has something strange in her behavior. She always hits the one beside her. She goes around the class, may go out the class. Come, please. Your advice. What can I do with this?
Another chance.
Please, ma'am. She's doing my bed.
Okay.
That's mine.
It's
It's
here.
mine.
It's here.
Mr. Fine.
I will find yours.
It's mine.
You can listen to our social specialist.
It's mine. It's my bed.
She is like your mother.
I will talk with Noah for 5
Very
minutes.
nice. Very nice.
What's your problem? I don't have any problem. I think you have. She hits me and she stole my bag. She stole my bag. And she always hits me. Where is your father? I want to meet him. My father isn't here. He lives abroad. And your mother?
Yeah, but
She died. Who do you live with? I live with my stepmother. I would like food. Please give me her number. I don't have her number. Okay. Thanks so much. Go to your class, please.
Okay. Wait for me, no, please. Okay, so
I
what
guess
do you
she
advise?
I guess she has poor family.
Yes.
Her father is abroad and her mother died. Yes. Her father is abroad, her mother died. She has been circumstances in her life. I will
اتصل يا ولد شوف
Okay.
بسرعة افصل الشابتر.
Okay. This is one case of our student in classes. And this is psychologists that come to solve the problem. Okay. Now let's go to fanatic 3, which is assimilation and reduction. It is the last part on our session. If we wanted to make assimilation or reduction, we have some words that we make reduction for it to speak like native speaker and enhance our fluency. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, for example, we can use going to and make it gonna, want to, wanna, have to, hafta, has to, hasta, wants to, wanista, wanted to. وانا ده to is converted into ta. Like to, like ta. Would you, would ya. Trying to, tryna. You is converted into ya. Do you, do ya. Have you, have ya. Let's go. Will he, will he, will he. Is he, is he. Give me, give me. Let me, let me. Till you, till ya. Got it, got it. Don't want it, don't wanna. Or is substituted with er. For, fair. Your, I am, I'll, all. Can is substituted with can. Would you, would you. If we practice, we we read this sentence like that. I want to talk to you for your benefit. I don't say that. I say, I want to talk to you for your best, your benefit. I want to, I say wanna. I want to talk to you for your benefit. Okay? The second one, would you like tea or coffee? It's up to you. I read it. Would you like tea or coffee? It's up to you. We are going to visit Alex. We are gonna to visit Alex. I'm enjoying your visit. I can come. I say enjoyed your visit. I say your. I can. I say I can. Could you help me? I say, could you help me? Would you give me a hand? I say, would you give me a hand? This is called assimilation. What are the rules of assimilation? I'm sorry to write in handwriting because there was some symbols that I can't find in Word program. Okay? What is meant by assimilation? Assimilation is a feature of connected speech. A sound changes to become similar to the following one. Or we blend two sounds together to enhance fluency and speak normally like native speaker. For example, if you have two ta sound and y, if you have a word that ends in ta sound and the following word begin with y, we change the sound into sha. For example, don't you need to get your bags? Ta sound and y, we say don't. Don't you need to get your bag? To get your bag, we use sha sound. Ta is converted into sha. Don't you need to get your bag? If this sound plus y, we convert it into ja. For example, could you help me? I don't say could you. Da is converted into ja. Could you help me? Did you go? I say did you go? Did you go? The third one, if I have da sound plus n sound, we pronounce it as in. For example, good night. I omit da because da and na is pronounced in the same way. Da, na. The place of articulation is the same. Da, na. Okay? So I omit da sound. Da sound is disappeared. So I say good night. Good night. Not good night. Good night. Okay? If Z is blended with Y, we pronounce it ja. For example, meja. Meja. The S sound is between A and U. So, meja. Treasure. If Z sound and sha sound, we pronounce it as ja. For example, it is shop. It is shop. The last sound in cheese is cheese. And the second word begin with sh sound. So we replace just cheese z with sh and j. يبقى cheese, I say a cheese job, a cheese job, cheese job. In word like handbag, in word like handbag, hand is ended with da sound and the bag begin with ba sound. Da and ba is similar in pronunciation. So first I omit the sound as in elision. We have this in our session before. We omit the sound, okay? Then convert N sound in hand into M. It will be handbag, handbag, not handbag, handbag, okay? If we have a word like dress shop, dress shop, the first word ends in S sound, and the second one begins with sh. We make assimilation to these two words and omit S sound. The first sound in the first word, we omit it. So we read it, dress shop, dress shop. So S became sha like shop, dress shop, dress shop. In a word like nice shoes, nice in this way is sound. So I omit sa and they make it sha, omit it, and they make it sha to be like shoes. Nice shoes, nice shoes, nice shoes, okay? And word like bus shelter, bus shelter. The first word ends in S and second one begin with sha. S and sha is in the same way of pronunciation, the place of articulation. So I omit a sound in the first word and pronounce it bus shelter, bus shelter, not bus shelter, bus shelter. Okay, I omit a sound. If we had a word like bad girl, the first one ends in the syllable, the sound, and second one begin with ga. I omit the sound and say bad girl, because the and the ga to be similar in assimilation because they are pronounced in the same. So the sound is disappeared. So I pronounce it bad girl, not bad girl, no, bad girl. We assimilated the two sounds to be one, bad girl. If we had red bag, I don't say red bag. If we have the first one end in D and second one begin with P, I make what? I omit D in the first word, okay, and read it rebag, rebag. Don't say read back, rebag. Like it, if we have word like mud bath, I don't say mud bath because the and the ba are similar if we try to pronounce it. So we make assimilation to sound. The sound is disappeared. I say mud bath. Don't say mud bath, mud bath. I omit one. If we have the example like I live in Madrid, I don't say I live in Madrid. I'll do what? If I have in a word and the second one begin with M or B, I make the first one in into M. For example, I pronounce it, I live in Madrid, in Madrid. I make in into M. I live in, don't say N, I live in Madrid. The second example under it, I live in Paris. I don't say I live in Paris, I say I live in Paris. I live in Paris. I live in Barcelona. I live in Barcelona. I live in. So M and ba is similar in pronunciation. M, N is pronounced by lips, so they become the same. The last one, if we have words like teen kings or teen girls, the word teen ends in N and the king begin with K. N and K, they should be have assimilation. We make N into ing. We pronounce it teening, teening, king, teen king, يبقى think king, teen king. If we have teen girls, it ends in N and the girls begin with ga. I make assimilation to N. I say teen girls, teen ing. I use ing sound, teen girls, teen girls. Okay? If we practice, I need your help. I want you to stop talking. What is the assimilation? I need your help. What is the assimilation here? We can find it in need, the last sound in need, and the first Y. The and you. I say what? The and you. I need your help.
Yeah.
I need your help. Yes? The last one, I want you to stop talking. I want you to stop talking. This is the normal speech, but when I use assimilation, where is our assimilation? The last sound in want, ta, and preceded by y in you, I can say it. Who can say? Ta and y is sha. I want you. I want you. Stop talking. I don't say I want you, but I say I want you to stop talking. Like, pleased to meet you. I don't say pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Okay? This was the last part of our session. I know that this topic was complex because it concerned with psychology, but as a teacher, we should have the ideas about it and how to solve this problem with our students in classes if we wanted to achieve our goals and to make modification to their behaviors to those students who have special needs like social, emotional behavior difficulties. I hope you benefit from this session. I'm so sorry if I delayed you. It's now 10:15, okay? And happy Ramadan and goodbye. Anyone have any question for this session? My guys? Anyone have
Yes,
any
I would
question?
like to thank you and appreciate your great efforts.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's my work. Thank you. Thank you. It's the end of the session and the end of our fireworks.